Star Citizen Alpha 3.7.1 is now live with a whole host of bug fixes to improve the Star Citizen experience. Let's take a look at the patch notes and how it affects the game. There was no persistence reset with this patch, so your Alpha UEC and purchases have not been wiped. That's fantastic news. While I was filming this video as well, there was a post on Spectrum, Alpha 3.7.1 known issues and individual account resets. Hey everyone, we know most of you are out there having a blast in 3.7.1, however we are aware that some of you are experiencing a few issues and we wanted to give you a heads up on what to do if you run into these issues. Certain players may be experiencing an issue when spawned their ships appear with missing key components and are therefore rendered unusable. Certain players may be experiencing incredibly long or infinite loading times when attempting to join Arena Commander or Star Marine. Certain players who have previously purchased a Pirate Gladius may not see the ship in-game. We are actively investigating these issues now and I hope to have a fix soon, but in the meantime we are able to fix these issues with individual account resets. Normally these issues are resolved by more frequent database wipe resets, but in an effort to reduce the frequency of resets, we're going to move forward with manual fixes to those affected. Keep in mind that an account reset will not remove any pledges that you've made, but it will remove any in-game transactions and customizations like currency earned in-game through missions and crime stats and reputation, similar to the standard reset done quarterly with each major patch. If you are experiencing any of those issues, you're supposed to submit a ticket to RSI support. I will put links down below to that post and how you submit that ticket as well. There were some tweaks to gameplay. They removed asteroid interdictions and adjusted interdiction rates. Interdictions were causing players to constantly get stopped on their quantum travel journeys. Now it's significantly more appropriate. Expect asteroid interdictions to be added to the game again in the future at a very low rate. There were more improvements to quantum travel as well. They temporarily removed the quantum drive overheats to, again, unintentionally amplify interdiction rates. The quantum travel UI should no longer be shown immediately after activating flight ready on some ships. Some ships playing engine sounds that shut down when entering quantum travel have been fixed. Player ships should no longer occasionally get frozen when exiting quantum travel. The Banu Defender should now be able to quantum travel with a party member in the co-pilot seat, and they've also raised the health on the Defender on some of its body parts and lined up the VFX more accurately on it. The Mantis had a lot of fixes as well. They fixed numerous collision and seat position bugs. Its quantum jammer and snare count as hostile actions against ships that it affects, so people can engage it freely after they've been interdicted. They fixed missing sounds for Mantis interdicting other ships. Pressing tab to enter scan mode should no longer disable the quantum snare for the Mantis. They've also fixed an issue in the Mantis where interdictions were shown at faraway distances if other players were interdicted by AI. There's some VoIP audio and general sort of like multiplayer teammate fixes here as well. They repositioned the ship status screens to avoid overlap with chat. The speaking UI indicators for VoIP should no longer get stuck. The female character should no longer snap awkwardly in the freelancer turret seat. VoIP connected counter should now display the appropriate values. The VoIP menu should now properly register the player's microphone and headset options. Cave audio reverb should no longer be applied outside of caves. The comms direct call feed should now properly hide when switching channels on the mobiGlas. They fixed an issue with start up and shut down sounds on some ships being cut off abruptly as well. There should no longer be invisible rocks blocking harvestables. Ultra-wide monitors should no longer see an offset personal inventory marker. And in fact, ultra-wide monitors and non-standard aspect ratios in this patch should be significantly better. The rock highlight for fractured shards of mineable rocks should no longer be inside of the rock. Star Marine rec rental should now properly work. The inner thought prompt for compatible NPCs should no longer persist into longer distances away. The Pirate Gladius should now be usable. The Prospector should no longer show the wrong cargo value. The hotkey for closing the mobiGlas should now work consistently. That's pretty good. Derelict recovery missions around Hurston should now properly generate a drop-off location. The interior doors of the Reclaimer should consistently work. Invisible collision should no longer block the player path in caves. Entering seats should no longer have a high chance of confiscating whatever is in the player's hand at the time. The mobiGlas should now be able to be opened while in a bed. MFDs, the multifunction displays on the 600i, should no longer have replace me textures. Kiosk and ASOP screens should no longer flicker, which is fantastic. It was annoying me a little bit, those flickery screens. The Warlock's EMP should no longer get stuck in a loop by adjusting power. There's been a fix for the Ghost Train at Area 18. This is basically where 2 trains would arrive at once, and one wouldn't open their doors, so you literally couldn't enter in the trains. Expediting short claim time ships should no longer confuse the ASOP UI. The keybind should now properly show for the UI prompts of a party invite. Duplicate items for the Persistent Universe or Arena Commander ship lists should no longer show in the Vehicle Manager app. Bed logout should now more consistently work, and this should allow you to log back on where you left off over 80% of the time now when you've logged off in a bed. At least that was the sort of like target for the devs. Hopefully it should be more than that with this patch. Reliance Series ramps should no longer get stuck shut. The UI sliders on the character customizer should now work correctly after selecting hair options. They also fixed a load of issues with the Aegis Gladius pirate not appearing in the Persistent Universe and Arena Commander, an issue causing multiple locations in caves to show outside light, an issue where claiming destroyed ships was causing them to spawn without components, an issue where the created character was not initially shown on the customizer screen after exiting from the game, and 3 client crashes and a server crash too. Harvestables. So definitely in 3.7.1 there are more harvestables than you think there are. So in the caves there's the Amushi Plague, there's the Ranta Dung, which you can pick up. There's also 3 types of ore you can mine by hand in the caves and on asteroids and in clusters on the planet's surfaces or moon surfaces as well. Now, there are other harvestables as well. Lots of these are on Hurston, Golden Medmons and Patumba. So the Golden Medmons are in the savannah, tree biomes on trees, sort of like the more foresty areas of the savannah. You've got Patumba, I believe that's in the bushes on the savannah. You've got circuit boards that appear in trash biomes, in trash piles, a Prota in acid biomes. So all of that can be found on Hurston, I believe. Revenant pods can be found in desert biomes, you know, places that have an atmosphere is the idea with those. I haven't actually seen any Revenant pods myself, but apparently they are there. There are still some known issues with 3.7.1 though, and they've got a new way of listing them, so they actually list quite a lot of issues because they try and find the main ones or all of the ones that they think are sensible for them to try and get fixed in the short term that are known issues and ones that require workarounds or whatever. So the ones they are looking at the moment are quantum travel selection does not always update when aligned. The quantum travel HUD will be lost if players exit their seat during travel. The CRUL5 location is currently missing. Refueling may get stuck in a loop at full and prevent rearm and repair. There's a workaround for that. Do each service one at a time and then refuel your ship last on those refuel pads, on the repair, refuel and rearm pads. The Defender Tachyon cannons are not landing hits correctly on moving targets, which makes sense because I could not hit people. Players may crash when in a party doing a second quantum-linked jump. The quantum travel HUD will vanish if players exit this seat while in quantum travel. The combined cannon does not function correctly in multiplayer. Missile countermeasures are not working consistently. Distortion damage does not apply correctly. In Star Marine, enemy indicators can sometimes be seen through walls. Players may experience a stall when loading and firing weapons in Star Marine. AI ships can get stuck and not continue on their route. NBC beacons will sometimes display an incorrect distance. Ships can spin excessively out of control if their wings are clipped. Landing illegally and having your ship despawn with a mission box inside will break the mission's progress. The 890 jump currently has an incorrect cargo value. Planets and moons are invisible the first time a player opens the star map, so just open it again. And sometimes when quickly scrolling on the ASOP terminals, the last ship on the list will not appear, and you have to just reopen the ASOP terminal for that. The fact that these issues are listed is good in my opinion. They are at least trying to get them fixed and are acknowledging them, and it is most of the issues that I have with 3.7.1 at the moment listed there, although I haven't played that much, so bear that in mind. CIG have already said that they would like a 3.7.2 patch. I was playing the patch a lot on the PTU, and it is significantly better than the 3.7.0 experience for fixes and playability. If they can get some more of these fixes in that they've got listed and AI in a better state for 3.7.2, great. If I have to wait for 3.8, then 3.7.1 would probably tide me over until then. It is a very playable patch. AI is receiving significant updates according to the roadmap in 3.8, and I would hope that that would allow us to have higher difficulty missions, better combat interactions in both space and FPS. Very much looking forward to AI updates in 3.8, so Hopefully they still will be there. We will cover any changes to the roadmap and updates to 3.8 in the coming couple of weeks, because I expect there might be a bit of a reschedule and a rejig, and we know there's been lots of leaks for 3.8 stuff and CitizenCon stuff. So very much looking forward to CitizenCon, very much looking forward to 3.8, which is probably going live mid-December, just before the studios go home for Christmas. But I'd love to know what you think. Are you playing 3.7.1 live? Do you think we'll get a load of improvements to 3.8, or do you think it's going to be disappointing? Do you think their staggered development cycle is going to work for playability and quality of life and making the game significantly more playable? Have you found any fruit in Star Citizen in the Savannah biomes in 3.7.1? Is a major issue that you are having problems with still not fixed? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Every month we have a ship giveaway. For October, it's an Anvil Carrack Explorer ship that should hopefully be flyable in Alpha 3.8 at the end of the year. Just comment on any of my videos made during October to be in for a chance to win that. I am also shilling for NordVPN and Shadow gaming PCs, so use the code BoredGamer for discounts there. NordVPN, in a world of censorship and privacy issues, VPNs allow you to browse the net and play games in more safety. NordVPN has many benefits over free VPNs, and that's why I shill for it. Some of you also might be interested in Shadow cloud gaming stuff. This allows you an alternative to sort of like buying and maintaining your own gaming PC. You can stream a custom Windows 10 environment to devices like your phone, a laptop, or a crappier, lesser PC, and bam, it's fantastically powerful, and it's maintained and hardware is regularly updated for you. It's a fantastic service, Shadow. Cloud gaming certainly has quite a big future ahead of it. If you'd like to further support my channel, please consider subscribing, sharing this video, ringing the YouTube bell so you get notifications when a video goes live. This is a channel that is funded by the community via donations, Patreon members, YouTube members, and anyone else that wants to get involved with comments and helping. Thank you to everyone that goes the extra mile. Take care, and I will see you in the verse.